In our second video, we will be doing winter bases. Again, we will be needing some glue, a sculpting tool and a brush, some sand, paint, and our highlights. We have some bushes here, a few rocks, some glass in two different colors. As you can see, nice thick chunks. And we here have some wood. Actually, it's dyed wood, as you can see up close. Okay, now we take our model and we take our glue and open it up. Now what we're gonna do is naturally paint the base white because we want our snow to be nice and bright. Later I will show you how the snow looks if we don't paint the base white. It looks kind of damp and actually I don't like the look. I like nice clean. I must admit today I'm a little sloppy. I have no idea why. I need to take a little bit more careful. I need to be a little bit more careful than any other day. Okay. We're going to take a second one. Again, add some paint. Just get it nice. It doesn't really have to be an even shade. Just get it on the base. It doesn't have to be nice and neat, but it's a good idea not to get it all over the base as I have done. But then it's not really important if we do. We can scrape it off, or just as you can see, just take a little bit of cloth and take off the excess, more or less. I'll just get this guy straightened out off camera. Today I'm not the most precise person in the world. Okay, so we got this guy pretty cleaned up. Now just wash our brush because we're done painting. Give me a minute. And then we don't really have to wait until the paint dries. We can just apply the glue. This is for two reasons. Because if the paint is dry, the glue will be see-through and it usually has this light yellow color after a while. If we do this and the paint is still wet, once we start spreading, the paint will go into the glue, and once it dries, it will stay white. Just try not to get the paint onto the model. I have to be really careful. As you remember from my last video, I didn't have a problem with spilling and and not getting it all in the right places. It's okay, but in days like this, you just have to do it a little bit more slowly, a little bit more carefully. Now just remember, in days like this, do it a little bit slower. Take your time. Like you can see here, just fix the spills. It's just glue. You can always wipe the excess off. Do it a little bit slower, carefully. I mean, you don't always have to have a good day to do any work, but if you're having a worse day, it means you just have to do it slower and give yourself a little time to adjust. It'll kick off. So let's take the other guy. Now here we're gonna need more glue. Again, a little bit slowly, not too much. Take your time. Don't be hasty. Wipe the excess off, dib and dab until you get it nicely over the entire surface. You probably can't see this, but the paint and the glue are starting to mix. And just carefully. Now you see this huge gap here. I'm not going to even try and cover it with glue. Now just get the glue out of the way, clean it up. Now we're going to take a piece of wood and we're going to fill that hole. And this one will fit. Sorry for blocking your view. And just get into place. It's resisting. Just get a tool. Look from both sides. You covered it pretty well. Now we're going to add maybe a piece of glass. Just to get a little variety going. I don't really like when pieces of glass stick out off the base, and yeah, that's it. Now I'd apply a little sand. Yeah, and these guys are pretty much finished now. Once that dries, we're gonna go with step 2. As you can see, this chasseur, or I don't even know how to pronounce it. In Polish, it's chaser, and we're gonna add some snow effect on the glass to get this kind of. Now what we're gonna do is we take the base, the cap of our jar, apply some glue. And what we're going to do is get some frost effect on the glass. So what we do, take the edges and we just smear it with glue. Just do this as if you were painting or highlighting even. I have a tendency to do that. So you just get it on the edges. Just around anywhere where you want the frost effect. I also like to put inside if there's like holes or if there's any damp or uneven edges. Yeah, just put it here and there. Anywhere you want this frost effect. Especially between rocks. Apply some sand into it, and there you go. Just get the excess off. Now we might want a few. We might want some frost in a few other places, so we're gonna add a little more. See how it looks. Still needs a little bit of work in the front. Remember not to have like this huge places of one color. Try to get some variety in there. And we're going to do some little things on the back. I kind of screwed that up, but let's see how it turns out. Wipe the axes off. It's dirty. Just get too much. Just get the axis off. If you have too much, just don't worry about it. Just scrape it off. We need some more glue because it looks finished. Yeah, just in there. And as you can see, you just apply, see the effect, apply some more, see the effect. Now, it's a little thick, but once the glue starts drying off, it will go clear and it'll look more like frost. but we'll see that in a little while. We'll take some more glue and get the other guys done. Oops, that's a little much. So the next guy, I usually use this guy as my commander. And just this one's a little tricky. Just in the corners and in any place between rocks, anywhere that actually snow would be, just apply it a little. Just went off camera a little there, but this guy is really tricky to do because he has a few different shards of glass there. So yeah, just apply anywhere you want the frost or actually you want snow in. And just stick them in the jar. As you can see, this is pretty fast, and the effect is, well, I like the effect. Now get some more. And the good thing about this is you can just apply, see the result. If you have too much, scrape the excess off. If you have too little, just add some glue. Add more snow effect. Wipe off the rest. And yeah, this guy's pretty much finished. So next, what to do next? Oh, this guy. Totally forgot about it. So now this is a flat surface, so we're just gonna get some snow in there, some frost on the sides. Yeah. And wipe the axes off. Yeah, that's pretty much another guy done. Let's go back to the Kazakh. That was a foxtrot, I think. Yeah. So anywhere you want some sand, anywhere you want some snow or a frost effect. If you put glue on the edges, once it dries, you'll have a frost effect. If you put a lot of glue in the center, it will look like just snow that got stuck there. Okay, just add here and here. Anywhere you feel that you should have more snow effect, you just apply the glue. Add some white sand, and yeah, just get some on the wood. Just nice and around there. Get this better effect. Yeah, you see, get some wood stuck there. And go back to this guy. Now a little camera magic, and we're gonna continue with our foxtrot. Add a little glue, some sand, and yeah, he looks pretty finished. Now, next, we're gonna just double check. Yeah, he looks fine. Next, we're gonna do the bushes. To get the snow effects or frost effect on the bushes, just add a little glue as you did on the shards of glass, just here and there, or glass aggregate, as I think I have in the web store, and just drown it in sand. Shake the excess off, and yeah, that's pretty much finished. Remember that later with time, some of the sand is not really glued onto the bush, so it will fall off during games in storage. So don't be afraid to put a little bit more on. And you don't really have to be very very precise with this. So you can just do it pretty fast, but then precision is always good to have. So add sand, check it out, and this guy's pretty decent. I really love the model. Okay, I think that finishes it. Let's look at some fantasy models. As you can see, these guys here, they have quite a bit of shards of glass, and they have a lot of snow. I'm just going to show you how to do that. Now, I have prepared something like a filler. This is on a cavalry base, and as you can see here, I have not painted the base. I have not painted all of the base white. The places where the glass is, I left the black base. I glued it on, and then I painted anything that was left over white. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna smother glue everywhere. I'm gonna put a lot of snow I'm gonna put a lot of snow in there, so just a lot of glue is okay. Now a piece fell off, so we're gonna insert it. And we're gonna try to insert it. Okay, so we're just gonna add a whole bunch of glue everywhere we can. I want the base kind of really heavily in snow, so we're gonna add a lot of glue. And I want the top more or less clear, so we're gonna just fix that up. Just put the glue anywhere there is space. You want the effect that the snow at the bottom got in all the cracks and in all the holes, and then you will have the effect that this is chunks of ice sticking out of the snow or out of the ground. So we just get anywhere you imagine that snow could get into, and you place glue there. And just fix that up. And if you get glue anywhere else, don't worry about it. It'll just look like frost. So you don't really have to be careful very much. And the thing is about the jars is a cavalry base for any fantasy game will fit. And just sprinkle some on the top. Shake the excess off or just knock it off. And we have the first effect. Now it doesn't look the best in the world at this point, so we're gonna work on it a little. Okay, just add glue. So it's really easy to see where you're missing the glue, because there'll be just this huge cracks and stuff that there should be some white in that are missing. So we're just gonna. I'm sorry for the camera. I keep nudging it. I promise to get better as I make more videos. I'm still not used to having a camera between me and my project, so I hope you bear with me. Otherwise, it's very difficult to find this point that you can see what I'm doing, and also that I have a view that I've seen what I'm doing. Alright, just get more into there. Just drop it in. And yeah, just shake off the excess. And if you're not certain that this snow is, if you're not certain the snow effect is everywhere it should be, just pour it in. Sprinkle if you must. And then shake the excess off. Now we're gonna wipe off in any place that we think there is too much. Just I don't like too much here and here, a little less there. Yeah, just check the other sides. As you can see here, there's too much. We want to see a little bit more glass, so just wipe it off. And yeah, that's it. Now we want more in there, so we're gonna get some sand in, and yeah, it looks okay. Okay. Now what we could use? No, actually, yeah, that looks good. So we're gonna set it off to dry, and more or less you can see how this would look. Now I know this isn't a filler for them. I already have a filler made, but generally this is what something would look like. These are elves. They have no problem crossing like very, very rugged terrain. And as you can see, it all looks pretty much very similar. You got the snow on top, in the cracks, and that's it. Now, I'm sorry for this. Yesterday I remember what I wanted to do with the guy. So today I've added a piece of wood there, and he looks like he's putting his hand on it. And also here you can see it's dry. You can try and scrape it off, and it's pretty solid. And it looks like kind of frost, and it kind of looks like snow. Now we have a hole here. We're going to cover that up. So what we need is to take our glue. Just 1 minute. Alright, and we just add some glue in there. Just get a dot in. And we're going to add a little bush here. This part looks nice. Rip off what you want. And what we have to do is we have to stick that into the glue and just shove it into the hole. The more we press in, the more it will fit, and the more it will stick with the glue. Now, we have a little glue exiting over there. We're going to stick a rock in there, a little one, just in there if you can see it. And just take a little glue, pick this rock up, and we're going to try and stick it in there. Oh yeah, there. Okay, there we go. Push it in. Resistance is futile. Get in. Yeah, there. And we have our base pretty much finished. I like the way it looks. I hope you do too. So let's get back to our foxtrot. Now we need some glue. We're going to build this up. So shake and twirl, and the glue is coming out. We're going to build up some bulk here. For this I'm going to use the rocks, the white rocks, because we won't need to paint anything. You could put a piece of glue in there, but I want to cover it with I want to cover it with sand or snow. So we just get glue all over the rock. It doesn't really matter how it fits. Just make sure it does. Alright, I made a mess. Just more rocks in there. Just apply glue. Or I'm sorry, apply some sand. Shake off the rest. And see how it looks. And yeah, this is how it looks. We're going to need to do some work on it. You can see here. Now, what I want more rocks in there. So we're building up bulk. No, damn. Darn it. Just a little over here. Right. I have some glue on the tool, so the rocks stick to the tool, not to the base. Just moving. Oh, clumsy day, as I said. Okay, just use fingers. The problem I have here, normally I would use my fingers a lot more, but the hand gets in the way and you can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, moving on, adding some glue. Now you want to spread the glue all over the rocks because we're gonna want snow all over it. Just add snow. Okay. Just push them into place, and it's starting to look like a huge lump. And maybe one more. Some glue, and we're going to stick one more in. Yeah, get some on the foot, but it doesn't really matter because it's a window base. If you get some on the foot, it will look like he's got some snow on there. Just cover it with glue. Apply sand, and yeah, you see lumps in the ground. Something that's frozen. Alright, you can see it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. Now what we can do is add, just not too, I don't really want to overdo it. I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to add anything. Just look at the piece of glass, look at the base again from both sides. And yeah, I think we're pretty good. Now movie magic. And we're gonna summarize what we did. Now we have a Para Commando, just plain white base. We have our chasseur. Then we have our Kazakh. And then we have another Kazakh with the bushes. As you can see, it has the damp snow. And what this Kazakh has, I never added any white paint on the base. It's just on a brown base. And you can see how damp the snow looks. It's not shiny, it's not new, it just looks old and worn out. Now if you look here, we have a difference between a white painted base and a black base. Shards of glass have a darkish color, and here they have like this light. It doesn't matter if it's, both of the bases have snow on either side all around, so this does not affect it. It's just all that changed is the base color. It shines through. It's just the effect it does. So again, I want to stretch out, it's very important to paint your bases before modeling them. It will give you an immense increase in your quality. And that's about it. I think we're finished for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next month. Also, I forgot to add, I will be releasing each video at the end of every month, in the last week. Now, the videos take a little bit long for me to make right now. These are the first 2 videos I have ever done in my life, and it takes me about a week to do one. So I'm going to restrain from having a fixed date of the releases, because I'm still working out the problems with the mic, with the camera, with putting it all together, and if I get this down to about 2 working days, I promise, I pledge to have a fixed date I will be releasing them on. Until then, please bear with me. Hope you learned something. Hope it's simple. Hope it's fast. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks. See you in a month.